Hello students, welcome to AIMS India online classes. This is a chemistry session. We are going to discuss now about the chapter materials and things. From this chapter we are going to see different states of materials. We sort materials as solids, liquids or gases based upon their state at normal temperature. Yes, each and every material is made up of matter as we know. This matter is composite of different kinds of molecules. Based upon the arrangement of these molecules, every matter is classified into three types. So, those are solids, liquids and gases. Some materials change their state from solid to liquid and liquid to gas on being heated, and from gas to liquid and liquid to solid on being cooled, isn't it? Yes. Materials, they can change their state from one to another by changing temperature. For example, a solid can be changed into liquid by heating. In the same way, a liquid can be converted into gas by heating. Even we can convert a gas into liquid also. That can be done by cooling. Even a liquid can be converted into solid also by cooling process. So in this way, materials, they can change their state from one to another by changing the temperature. Changing the temperature in the sense either by increasing temperature or by cooling. By these two, we can change the states of materials from one to another. Isn't it? Nice example we can say, when you heat ice, what it happens? It converts to liquid. So what is happening? A material ice changing its state to liquid form from solid state by heating. Okay? So in this way, materials can change their state by altering temperatures. When we observe that certain materials can change their shape according to the shape of the containers they are put into, while some they retain their shape, isn't it? Yes. How these materials are changing their state from one to another. In the same way, some material, they change their shape also according to the container in which they are kept. But some materials, they do not change their shape. For example, if you take water, it is a material and we say it is a liquid material. When you take this water into one container, suppose like into a glass if you have taken, that water will take the shape of that glass. The same water if you pour into another bowl, what happens? Then the shape of the water changes to the shape of that bowl. What is happening? The material liquid is changing its shape according to the container in which it is kept, isn't it? But there will be some material. Suppose if you take a stone, if you keep in one of the objects like bowl, its shape won't be changed. If you take the same stone into another container, if you keep somewhere else on the table, it will be in the same shape. It won't change its shape. So I can say certain materials, they can change their shape according to the container in which they are kept. But some materials, they do not change their shape. They retain their shape wherever they are kept. Okay? Those materials which change shape are mainly liquids, even gases also, isn't it? Yes, the materials which change their shape are either liquids or gases. These two, they can change their shape. They can change into the shape of the container in which they are kept. For example, examples such as water, rasam, milk, oil, kerosene, and fruit juices, soft drinks, these all will come under liquids. These liquids, if you see here also they have mentioned, it is a liquid. Fruit juice or lemonade, it is shown. It is one of the liquids. It can change its shape according to the container in which they are kept. See here, this juice is kept in this glass. So it is acquiring the shape of this glass. If you take the same liquid or juice into another bowl, what happens? Then the shape of the liquid or juice will be converted into bowl shape. In this way, liquids they can change their shape according to the container. In the same way, even gases also. They change their shape according to the container in which they are stored. If this gas is stored into the balloon, they take the shape of the balloon. If the same gas is stored into a cylinder, it takes the shape of the cylinder. If it is kept in the open atmosphere, it spreads entire volume available to it. So they change their shape according to the container in which they are stored, liquids and gases. Those materials which do not change their shape are solids. Yes, solids they do not change their shape wherever you keep them. Solids such as wood, rock, brick, plastic objects and vegetables, etc. These they will be always in the same shape until and unless if you change them. Isn't it? They will be always in the same shape. They won't change their shape by placing the container or place. Isn't it? Solids will be in the same shape. They won't change their shape. That we say as solids have fixed shape. Whereas liquids and gases, they can change their shape accordingly. Okay? Now we are going to see some important solid materials and their uses. Yes, we use so many kinds of solid materials in our daily life. So what are those? How they are being used? Let us see now. One among them is gold. Is gold a solid? Yes, gold is one of the solid materials, and that too it is one of the metals. Yes, gold is a yellow solid material which has a bright luster. Luster means what we said? Luster means it has a shining property. Yes, gold will be in the yellow color and it is solid material which has shining property or luster. And this gold is very expensive and put to the following uses. Yes, as this gold is being very expensive luster, it is having some uses like this. Let us see those. One among these, it is used for making jewelry on coins of very high value. Isn't it? Yes, most of the jewelry are made up of this gold, as this one of the precious metals, lustrous material. So it is mostly used for making of jewelry, and even certain coins also like gold medals, isn't it? Which are having high value, they are made up of this gold. It can be drawn into hair thin wires. Yes, this property is called ductility or ductility. This is very high for gold and silver metals. They can be drawn into very thin wires. So these thin wires are woven in saris and other dress materials to make very expensive clothing. Yes, that is called gold jerry. In some expensive clothing, they use these fibers made up of gold, very thin wires made up of gold to weave these cloths. They will be very costly material. So in this way, here gold is used in making of gold jerry cloths. The property used here, it is the ductile property of gold. Gold can be drawn into very fine wires, very thin wires. Because of that, it is used in making weaving these gold jerry cloths. So this is a property actually which making it to use in the jewelry also. With a small quantity of gold itself, they can do a chain. Why? Because gold can be drawn into very thin wires. With that, they design a chain. Next, it is used in dentistry for filling cavities in teeth. Yes, here gold along with some other metal called mercury, it will be mixed with mercury and forms a hard solid. This hard solid is used to fill the teeth cavities. Often some people they replace their teeth with this gold teeth. See here, it is used here gold for replacing teeth, damaged teeth. So in this way, gold is having so many uses, and even this gold is made into very thin sheets also, which is often used for decorating these sweets. Mostly we see silver foils on the sweets, but in costly sweets they use this gold foils also. What they do there, they make this gold into very thin sheets. Those thin sheets they use to decorate them. Okay, there are the different uses of metal or solid material gold. Mostly gold is used for making of ornaments and jewelry. Next, let us see one more metal, silver. Silver is a white solid material which has a bright luster. Yes, silver is white in color, and it is also one of the solid materials which is also having the property luster. It is also shining material. It also shines. It can be beaten into very thin leaves and drawn into very thin wires. Yes, these two properties already we told for gold. It is also one more metal which is having these properties in very high. This silver also can be beaten into very thin sheets, silver foils, which we see on the sweets. They will be very thin, you know. So yes, that is a property of silver, which called malleability. High malleability. Silver and gold are having high malleability property by which they can be beaten into very thin sheets. And even this silver is also having ductility property, high ductility. It can be drawn into very thin wires. So because of these properties, it is also used in making of jewelry and these all. And one more best property for silver is it is the best conductor of heat and electricity. Yes, it is one of the best conductors of heat and electricity. Okay, but why this silver is not used in making of these electrical wires? Why copper is used? Do you have any idea? Because silver is, of course, it is the best conductor of electricity, but it is expensive. It is precious metal, so it won't be available that much. That is why next to that, copper is one of the metals which is somewhat cheaper than silver and which is also a best conductor, one of the good conductors of electricity. That is why copper is being used in our electrical wires which we use at homes. But in fact, silver is the best conductor of electricity and heat. So because of these special properties, silver is used in the following uses. Let us see those. It is used for making coins and ornaments. Yes, this silver is also used along with the gold in making of these medals and coins and even ornaments also. Very fine wires of silver are woven into saris and other dress materials to make expensive clothing. Yes, as we told, this is also used in making of high expensive clothing. Silver jerry it is called. What they do means they draw this silver metal into very fine thin wires like a fiber, hair thin fibers. These fibers are used to weave cloths. So these cloths are very expensive. Next, it is used for making electrical circuits for very sensitive electric appliances. Yes, very sensitive electrical appliances, they'll be having very sensitive circuits. These circuits should be with very fine wires. So there, because of high ductility property of silver, it can be made into it. That is why electrical wires where very sensitive electrical appliances are there, in those these electrical circuits are made up of this metal silver, as it is one of the best conductors of electricity and it can be drawn into very fine wires. So because of these two properties, this is used in making of these high sensitive electrical appliances as circuits. As we told, why it is not used in our homes as electrical conductor. What is the reason? It is as being expensive, it is not used, but it is the best conductor than copper also. Okay, that is about metal silver. Next, one more metal, copper. Copper is a reddish brown solid material. It is a second best conductor of heat and electricity. Yes, we told silver is the best conductor of electricity, but it is being expensive. And copper is the second best electrical conductor, and it is somewhat cheaper than silver when compared price. And availability also, it is more available than silver. That is why this copper is being used in our homes as electrical wires. You observe when you see some electrical wires, instead of those plastic wires there will be brown colored wires. Have you observed those? Those are made up of copper. It can be drawn into very thin wires, just like silver and gold. It also can be drawn into very fine wires. So this is also having high ductile property. It is put into the following uses. Yes, based upon these properties, it is having certain uses. Let us see those also here. One among them is it is used for making of electrical transmission wires and even utensils, coins and statues. So yes, mostly these electrical wires are made up of this copper material, as it is one of the best conductor of electricity, and it is somewhat cheaper than silver. So it is used for making of these electric transmission wires. And even in our homes also, certain utensils are being made with this copper, like bowls, glasses and plates. We use often this material, the utensils made up of copper also. And this copper is also used for making of these coins and even statues also. In the making of these, by mixing with some other materials, this copper is used in making statues and coins. It is used for making printed circuits of electronic devices. Yes, on the some plastic items, they print these electrical circuits with very fine copper wires, such as transistors, televisions. They have inside very thin wires of this copper, okay, which are made into circuits. It is used for making alloys such as brass and bronze. What is meant by alloy here? Alloy is nothing but mixture of two or more metals are called alloys. This copper is mixed with some other metals to get strong materials, which we call as alloys. For example, if this copper is mixed with zinc, then the material obtained by mixing copper and zinc is called brass alloy. Alloy means mixture of two or more metals. So when copper mixed with zinc, we get an alloy called brass. If copper is mixed with some other material called tin, then the alloy obtained is called bronze. These brass and bronze are called alloys. These are mainly used for making some household utensils and coins and some medals and even some statues. These all are made with these alloys called brass and bronze. So in these two alloys, copper is one of the major component. Along with some other metals, it is mixed and made into alloys. Okay, copper is used in making of alloys also. Alloys, these brass and bronze alloys are used in making of coins, medals, statues, household utensils like some vessels, glasses, plates. These all are made with this brass and bronze. God ideals, mostly they are made with this brass and bronze. So in this all, copper is present. See here, this is brass, this is bronze. So in these two, copper is one of the major component. When copper mixed with zinc, we get this brass. When copper is mixed with the tin, we get this bronze. These two are the alloys of copper. Okay. Next, one more metal, iron. Yes, iron is also one of the very important material which we use very often in our daily life. Iron is whitish gray material. Yes, isn't it? When you see iron the pure form, it will be in the gray color. We say even whitish or bluish gray color. But mostly we observe iron in the brown color only, because when iron is kept in the outside in the air, it slowly reacts with atmospheric air and gets rusting. Because of this rust formation, iron mostly absorbs in the brown color, reddish brown color. But actually pure iron is a whitish gray material or bluish gray material. It is fairly malleable and ductile. Yes, as we said in the previous cases like copper, zinc and copper, silver and gold, how they are malleable. Even this iron is also, this can be malleable and ductile. Most of the iron is converted into steel and is put into the following uses. Yes, iron, as if it is in the free state or if it is in the pure form, it immediately reacts with the atmospheric oxygen and converts into rust. It may spoil easily. That is why we immediately this iron is converted into steel. Steel is nothing but it is an alloy of iron. Alloy means what we said, the mixture of two or more metals is called alloy. Here iron is also mixed with some other metals like nickel, chromium, carbon. So by mixing with these metals, these elements into iron, this iron becomes rustless. It won't get any rust further by mixing with these elements or materials. That is why that obtained alloy, when this iron is mixed with some other materials like nickel, chromium, carbon, that obtained alloy is called stainless steel. Here stain means rusting, stainless means rustless. Rustless steel will be obtained when we mix this iron with some other materials like nickel, chromium, carbon and this all. Okay, in that way steel is formed from iron. This steel is having so many uses which we see in our daily life. So let us see those some of the uses of iron here in the form of steel. It is used in the construction of buildings, sailing ships, automobiles, railway bridges, railway lines and many kinds of machines. These all are made up of a steel from which is made from iron, isn't it? Say here a bridge is constructed with iron, and this complete bridge is made up of iron or steel. And even these tracks, railway tracks are also made of this steel or stainless steel, isn't it? Iron, when mixed with some other materials, it becomes steel. This steel is used in making in construction of these all like buildings, sailing ships, automobiles, railway bridges and even railway tracks. These all are made up of this steel or iron. Even so many machines are also made up of this iron only. Next, it is used in construction of transmission towers. Transmission towers means the towers which are used to transport electricity and some cables. So for those we use some towers or poles. Those are also made up of this steel or iron. And even some TV towers. Nowadays so many signal towers we observe there and here. Those signal towers are also made up of this steel only, steel or iron. And even in the construction of homes and buildings, they use iron frames, isn't it? Even our vehicles also mostly they are made up of these steel or iron body parts only. In this way, iron is having so many uses in our daily life. Next, some important man-made materials and their use. Let us see here. Yes, till now we have seen some naturally occurring materials. In the solid form we have seen. There are some more materials which we prepare and we use in different purposes. Those materials are called man-made materials. They won't be available in the nature, but we prepare them and use in different purposes. Let us see some of those which we use in our daily lives. One of them is cement. It is well known material for us because in mostly all the constructions they use this cement. It is very important for us. It is actually not a natural material. It is prepared. That's why it is called man-made material. It is a greenish grey heavy powder which when mixed with water starts to form hard rock-like mass. Isn't it? Actually cement will be greenish grey heavy powder. It is a powder, smooth powder form. But when it is mixed with water and sets to form hard rock-like material, it forms a hard solid material when it is mixed with water and dried. In 1824, scientist Joseph Aspdin found that a strongly heated mixture of limestone and clay on mixing with a small amount of water hardens to form rock-like mass. So Joseph Aspdin observed firstly when limestone is mixed with the clay and mixed with a small quantity of water and it hardens like a rock. So from this he tried to prepare cement. The color and texture of rocks so formed resembles Portland rocks. Yes, when this limestone and clay are mixed with a small amount of water, it hardens and forms rock-like material. This rock-like material, it seems like the rocks available in Portland. So they are resembling the rocks available in Portland. So which was a famous building material in England. That is why thus the mixture discovered by Joseph Aspdin was named as Portland cement. Yes, the mixture obtained by mixing this limestone, clay and water. It seems like the stones or rocks available in the Portland, which mostly they are used as building materials. So as it is being seen like that, this material mixture is also known as Portland cement, which is discovered by Joseph Aspdin. So this is actually cement. Grey color powder, greenish grey color powder. It is cement. When this cement is mixed with water, immediately it hardens to form rock-like mass. Okay. The raw materials used for manufacturing cement are limestone and clay. Limestone and clay both are available from the soil. They are ground to fine powder and then converted into slurry. The slurry is baked or heated at a very high temperature to form granule mass called clinkers. Yes, when this limestone and clay mixed with water and heated at very high temperature, they form granule masses called clinkers. The clinker is ground and mixed with the powdered gypsum to form cement finally. So this clinker obtained will be mixed with a small quantity of gypsum and powdered very smoothly. That smooth powder obtained is called cement that we use for constructions and these all. Let us see those uses of cement now, where it is used. Pure cement is used for grouting. The spraying of dry cement evenly on a wet surface is called grouting. Yes, mostly we observe this in plastering after plastering. To make the ground smooth, they pour the spray this dry cement on that floor, wet floor. It gives a very smooth finish on the surface. The spraying wet on the wet floor with the dry cement is called grouting. This grouting gives a smooth finishing. A mixture of cement and sand is called mortar. It is used for joining bricks and even for plastering also. Yes, for joining bricks what they do, they mix cement with sand and water. The mixture of cement and sand is called mortar. This mortar is used for joining of these bricks. The slurry of cement, gravel and sand in water is called cement concrete. It is used for making floors of any kind of dwelling. Yes, so mostly this cement is mixed with sand and gravel. Then it is the obtained mixture is called concrete, cement concrete. It is used for making floors and even slabs, and for making of these dwellings. These all are made with this concrete. So it is directly used in the grouting. When the cement is mixed with sand and water, that forms a mortar, which is used for joining of these bricks, and even plastering also they use this, so giving a smooth finishing to the walls. And the mixture of cement with gravel and sand with water is called cement concrete. It is used for making of floors and even slabs and this all. Okay, there are the different uses of cement. Next, one more man-made material which is having many uses is glass. Glass, a solid material that is usually transparent or translucent, as well as hard and brittle. Yes, what does it mean here? Transparent, we said. Transparent means the object through which we can see clearly is called transparent material. The material through which we can see but not much clear is called translucent material. Okay, glasses are available in both the ways. Transparent material glass will be there, and even some glasses are translucent also. And even these glasses are hard and brittle. What does it mean here? Brittle. We know hard means they will be hard. But what does it mean brittle? Brittle means the hard solid substances which break easily are called brittle material. If you touch a glass pan, it will be very hard to touch. But leave it down, if you make it to fall down, immediately the glass breaks into small pieces. That breaking into small pieces easily is called brittle nature. So glass is hard but brittle in nature. Okay? Glass has been made into practical and decorative objects since the ancient times, and is still very important in applications as disparate as building construction, housewares, and telecommunications. Yes, this glass is being used from the even ancient times as decorative material, decorative objects. For example, if you say it is a decorative object, so these were being used from the ancient time itself. So this is one of the man-made material which is there from ancient times. And even it is used in making of some practical equipments also, like conical flask, test tube, round bottom flasks, even flat bottom flask, and burette, pipette. These we are going to see in the practical laboratory. These all are made up of glass. Okay, that is one of the uses of glass. Next, it is made by cooling molten ingredients such as silica, silica which is a common name of sand actually, with sufficient rapidity to prevent the formation of visible crystals. Yes, actually this is made from the ingredients like silica, sand, which is called sand commonly, sodium carbonate, and these all are used for making this glass. These all are heated to convert into liquid form. That liquid is again cooled at rapid position. With that certain speed, that liquid molten form mass is cooled so that glass is formed. Importance of glass. Yes, importance of glass lies in its use in home and industry due to the following properties. Yes, glass is being used in many ways. Even at our homes we use it. Even in the industries also they use this glass. So what are the properties of this glass made to use it? Let us see here. It is transparent and hence allows to see through it. Yes, glass is being transparent so that we can see through it. That is why glass is mostly used for making of these opticals like spectacles and even window panes, doors. These all are screens. These all are made up of this glass, as it is transparent through which we can see clearly. And even car windows, car doors, these all are made up of this glass because of its transparency. It does not react with the strong acids or alkalis. Yes, it is also very important use of glass because of important property of glass to use it as a laboratory equipment. Glass do not react with even strong acids and bases also. That is why mostly these strong acids, bases and some other harmful chemicals which they may react with the metals. These all will be stored in glass vessels because glass won't react with them. They can be stored safely in those. Okay. It can be easily molded into any desired shape or size. Yes, glass can be molded into different shapes what we desire. Into the desired shapes it can be molded. Even into the different size. Also see here different objects or bottles made up of glass are shown. See in how many designs it is there here. These all are made up of glass. So glass can be made into any desired shape. When it is more heated, it starts melting. In that position, it will be bent into different shapes. It is blown into different shapes. It is a bad conductor of heat and electricity. Yes, glass even it cannot conduct electricity and heat through it. So that is also one of the important property of glass for making it to be used in different ways. Okay, that is about the glass. Okay. Thank you for watching our video. Please subscribe our YouTube channel AIMS Today for latest updates and recorded videos. Thank you.